But while the United States braces itself for further impact, the true devastation has already been felt in Haiti. As we came on air last night, we were just beginning to learn about the extent of the damage and loss of life in that country. Well, today information has been coming in from some of the remote areas which had been cut off by flooding, and the picture has been getting both clearer and more troubling. According to the latest figures, 842 people have been killed in Haiti, thousands more have been made homeless, and there are concerns that are growing about outbreaks of cholera and other waterborne diseases. Well, Yvonne Helle is the head of the United Nations Development Programme, the UNDP, in Haiti.
What we see is a very devastating situation in the south. We still have over 60,000 people in shelters that are not able to return to what is left of their homes, or if there is anything left. So we see widespread devastation, towns destroyed up to 80%. We see it's a largely agricultural area that's been hit. We see that 80% of the crops has been destroyed, which basically means that people's livelihoods and people's food supplies have been largely been cut off. We see a tremendous public health hazard with 50 to 60 centimeters of rainfall that fell over about 36 hours, so half a meter of water that basically descended on this area that is now receding, but basically has had an impact on cemeteries, has had an impact on latrines, which basically means that the water sources have been seriously contaminated. So we're very concerned about the food situation, about the public health situation, but also about the longer term, because 80% of the houses has basically been destroyed, and it's going to take a long time for people to recover from this. This is an area that is already very, very poor, and the impact of this hurricane is devastating.
On the public health front, the issue of cholera, it's a sensitive one for the UN, clearly, after what happened with the Nepalese peacekeepers who introduced cholera to the country, as it was later determined. But it has killed roughly 10,000 people. More than 800,000 have become sick since 2010. Are you worried that there will be a surge in cholera cases because of the flooding?
Well, I think obviously everybody is very worried about that. We're worried about cholera as we are about other waterborne diseases. Cholera, of course, is a very fast impacting disease. So I think that WHO, UNICEF are already very much active to ensure that that doesn't happen. But of course, we are concerned.
In terms of what people can do to help, what would you advise?
I know that many people have concerns about the waste of funds after the earthquake in 2010. I think the situation right now is very, very different. And I think in that sense, it's incredibly important to respect the leadership of the government, to fund the international agencies that are working with the government and in close collaboration under the leadership of the government to make sure that we move as quickly back into recovery, into livelihoods, and into establishing dignity and normal livelihoods of people.
This has all happened in a country that is still recovering from the 2010 earthquake. Given the context of that and perhaps what you have seen over the years, just put into context how bad the damage and destruction has been.
I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I was very heavily engaged in the flooding in Pakistan. I've seen other human disasters, but this is, I have never seen such devastation where, for example, the town of Jérémie, there's just nothing left. I mean, I was there a couple of weeks ago, and it was a beautifully quiet historical town with, old gingerbread houses in Haitian style. And I see the pictures now, I don't even recognize the place. It's completely flattened. But also what you see is, for example, old mango trees, avocado trees. Haiti has 800 kinds of mangoes. We have mangoes everywhere. There's no trees left. It's empty. There's only some stumps. Houses have been completely destroyed. I mean, they're all without roofs. They're half collapsed. I have never seen the level of devastation like this. And so for me, as a development worker, I can't tell you how incredibly sad I feel for the people who already have so little. This hits at a time when Haiti was just looking at a situation where things were improving so much. In many ways, we'll have to start from scratch.
Yvonne Helle, the head of the United Nations Development Programme in Haiti.